So first of all, my name is Roy Gardner and I'm the Vice Principal here at the College for Corporate Development and Innovation. And this competition is the first of its kind outside of the UK. The first IPHatch takes place outside of Asia and it's happening here in the UK. Not in the EU, as I was reliably informed earlier on, but in the UK. And not only is it in the UK, but it's here in Glasgow. So we're absolutely delighted to have this competition, and it is a special occasion. So you're part of something special here today. The Open Invitation competition connects entrepreneurs and emerging startups to access impactful sustainable technologies from multinationals. Or corporations help startups leverage an open invitation concept. Since 2017, IPHatch has created 40 technology startups in Asia alone. Scotland aims to be a world-class entrepreneurial nation, as I'm sure you'll know and have heard in the news. It's founded on a culture that encourages and embeds and promotes entrepreneurial activity across every sector, from industry to academia to the third sector. Furthermore, Scotland's National Economic Transformation Document, NSET as we call it, has just been, the delivery plan has just been launched, and it sets out a plan across 6 key areas. Our purpose as a college is to let learning flourish. Our students are first and foremost, so everything we do as an organisation, everything we do as a college or a business, whatever way you want to frame it, it has to let learning flourish. Scottish IPE provides a gateway to a range of innovation capabilities and increases access to a rich and resourceful ecosystem. Our business model simplifies that landscape by giving increased access to innovation to support a wider range of businesses. And if anybody's interested in more of that, Stuart McDowell's in the audience and he heads up Psych for the City of Glasgow College. We achieved a ranking of 3rd in the world for the European Framework for Quality Management, the EFQM, and in particular in that assessment, the assessors commended our innovation work and the quality assurance. So that was took place in Lyon, and we became the only institution in Scotland with such a high ranking. So we came 3rd in the world for quality management. That I am delighted to say. There is a lot of wisdom in the room. There are a lot of people here who are experts in their field.
My name is Jari Vaario. I'm working with Nokia. I'm actually based in Tokyo, and I came over here for this particular event. I'm very pleased to talk here about something Nokia activities. So we have connectivities made of million miles of IP. So this is something what is always confusing when we are talking telecommunication. IP it's not only intellectual property but internet protocol. Over the COVID period, you had 250 million video calls per day. So that's amazing how much you are able to put into telecommunication. It's not only the operators who are providing nationwide network activity access, but it's also the companies, they could have their own private network access, providing very production enhancement environment, utilizing IT or devices, IoT devices connected together. Bell Labs is very famous. Most of you must know it. We have 9 Nobel Prizes. That's the lasted number in the industrial entity. So what we are doing here is we are trying to speed up the innovation, speed up its utilization, and speed up the return of investment. Of course, we want to have some kind of a return of our invested money, because the patenting is an expensive business. And what is the benefits for Nokia on all of this process? We have this kind of return of investment in a successful exit. We saving the IP maintenance cost because we are transferring the patents to startup companies. They should be doing that themselves. And on the other hand, also, this justifies us to maintain much wider research focus in our activities. We are able to let our people to create more innovation, and we are ready to file them as a patent, because we know that we have a secondary usage of those patents as well. And this program also gives you access to feedback, coaching, and the networking activity. So this is what this program is about as such. I think we are trying to create here a sustainable future through this innovative program. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone. Thank you for inviting me to IPHatch event in Glasgow. With the rapid digitalization of businesses, the business form has changed drastically, and there is need for co-creation with society beyond the boundaries of companies and consumers. We are continuing our efforts to make life simpler, safe, healthy, more enjoyable, and sustainable through the operations of 7 operating companies and the Panasonic Holding Corporation. This page shows the business activities of the 7 operating companies and the Panasonic Holdings Corporation. Panasonic Corporation conducts consumer electronics and cold chain business. This page represents the intellectual property organization of Panasonic. Our IP function has 3 divisions and drives Panasonic Group's business by working with each other. This diagram represents the partnership around open innovation. We believe that we need 2 types of partners to participate in open innovation. The first is a business partner, such as startups and SMEs. And the second is a development partner, such as a business company, university, government, or financial institution. We believe it is important to be connected with many of partners through matching and events. I'm grateful to have been able to participate in this event in Glasgow.
Good afternoon, everyone. A very warm welcome to our first IPHatch UK Launch 2022. I'm very delighted to actually bring this platform to UK to have this launch together with City of Glasgow College. IPHatch is a unique platform developed by Peace Future in 2017, which aims to help startups to enter the intellectual property world. The concept is novel, but yet simple. We encourage ambitious startups to reuse and upcycle the well-written, high-tech patents of multinational companies in the likes of Nokia and Panasonic, whereby they can apply these technologies in new innovative ways to save time on their R&D journey. We are very happy to connect the startups to different markets, helping them to have market access to those new promising market that their solution may be even more versatile and the scalability will be there. And because we have this network as well, we are not just looking into helping them in their business journey, we are also helping them in their technology development journey together with the corporates. At the same time, when the time is right, we will introduce them to the right so-called funders, like the venture capital and so forth, because that will help them to scale in a more rapid manner. Dragonfly X is a Hong Kong startup started by a pilot, all right, during the COVID so-called pandemic. So why he actually started this company? Simple, because he was a pilot and he can't fly. So he has to look for new things to do. And we were very, very impressed by his presentation, and he knows what he wants to do with the technologies. So Portfolio X is something that we have been so-called urged to do in our second year of our program, because a lot of startups came forward to us and say that, hey Jason, no matter how many you have there, somehow I can't find anything there that matches us. All right. So we say, don't worry, you just need to submit it. Just pick the Portfolio X, submit your business plans or your pitch deck, and internally we will do a review to see whether is there any portfolios that you may miss, right, from our existing portfolios, or if there's enough demand for that particular technology, we may bring out extra portfolios from our IP owners. Next year, it will be a 5-month long kind of so-called innovation challenge that we're having. In between them, we will have innovation activities. So these innovation activities is to design to educate the ground on how to be more IP savvy. It could include IP strategy kind of workshops. And like I said before, we do have hackathons and so forth that will be coming up.
I just finished one startup project that actually brought me to Hong Kong. And I'd spent a couple of years doing research and development on what I was going to do next. And that became what is One Bar. So One Bar aims to kind of revolutionize the data that's used by bars and restaurants and the food and beverage trade generally. Typically, we have a number of IoT sensors that go into the bar to measure drinks dispensed at all points of dispense, be it draft beer, bottled spirits, bottled beers, and then moving into refrigeration and temperature control and monitoring. There's a few people in this space already, but we're doing something radically different, which is to make it very low cost to drive widespread adoption. We did research and development for a couple of years. We then got to the point where we felt we were ready at a prototype level, both for the hardware and the software platform. And then COVID hit. So, bad industry to be in. We were beginning to look around to see if we could find any partners for financing. And getting together in Hong Kong and pitching and doing all that sort of stuff was a little bit tricky at the time. And we spotted the IPHatch event. It looked interesting.
If you fast forward 5 years, what do you think your company would become? And what would the company be doing? And what kind of impact your company would be having?
We want to try and kind of get our claws into the heart of the industry. We want to be the go-to point for data on the industry. On the customer side, all they're interested in is data. And that's what they pay for. They don't want to pay for hardware. They just want to pay for information that saves them money.
You have been in IPH for about 2 years, right?
Yeah.
So question to you is, how do you feel about what we have done right and not enough, or maybe share a journey with
No, I think it's been fine. I'd say it's a fairly unique program. It's not a typical accelerator or VC money or seed money from some scheme. It's very different, and it's very attractive. The value in the patents is very high.
Of course, I have to thank him for his participation. All right, and thank you for all your stories. I think some of them are already very inspired.
Okay, thank you, Jason. Thank you.
Thank you.
Actually, but from the Panasonic presentation, it's clear that you've been open to sharing technology since you started in 1920. What can other companies learn from you, and that openness to kind of reduce their anxiety of adopting open innovation as a way to support business?
I think that quite many big companies, they do have this kind of open innovation support. I think every company, they do have a little bit different attitude or approach on this activity, how they are viewing it and how they are collaborating then with the other partners.
I know this is a collaboration with the City of Glasgow College, but how do you plan on reaching out to startups across the UK? So what did you do over there that in Asia that you're now going to implement over here? How do they know to come to you? Because I know you can do events like this, but you want to reach out to more companies.
As we also mentioned, we choose Glasgow because there is a wonderful support that we have with them, and they are very innovative in their thoughts. Eventually, as we run in the next couple of months, we definitely will be marketing towards the entire UK. We're also looking at working with partners in other regions, together with City of Glasgow College as well. They will help us to link, in fact, to actually to other parts of UK. And at the same time, we may be also marketing across Asia, about the run in UK, because like I mentioned, sometimes when we are running a program in Asia, sometimes we will have startups from another country that comes in.
So it's a question more for the corporates. So based on your experience in the past IPHatch challenges in Asia, do you think there's a winning formula for any sort of interested applicants to win portfolios if they are kind of going up against 5 different competitors?
Disruptive ideas, disruptive way to utilize our patent. I think those will be preferred by my judgment scores, so to say. That's most likely. I would love to see that creating wow effect for me when I'm hearing the presentation.
Could I ask then everyone just to put their hands together for our guests?